Almost there, sorry. Hello Mason, how you doing? You good? Alright. I need to get the Port Adelaide game on as well. But I've seen all the goals from Melbourne Saints. Alright, now we're ready. There we go. Everything's all good. We're back. It looks like my headphones are invisible. No, we're good, we're good. How are you, Mason? How you doing? Go on, Melbourne again. Gonna try and listen to two commentaries. I've already missed a Port goal. What do you mean I missed a Port goal? That can't stand. Excuse me. That's a good goal, Finlayson. Hello, Mr. Cat. How you doing? I'm trying to listen to two games at the same time, and it's a little bit headache-inducing. Gonna be trying to do this every Saturday because obviously you got your double night game. Got to think Port Adelaide win their game, right? There's no way Gold Coast are going to compete there. St Kilda Melbourne though, that's interesting. Hello NBA, how you doing? Brisbane is simply disgraceful today. Yeah, only 81-point margin. That's underwhelming, that. Goal, Melbourne. That was a good goal. West Coast did better than you thought. It's funny how Richmond lost by a bigger margin. can get a draw next week. In which game? The suns are level. It's astonishing. Wow. Have we got a game on our hands? West Coast v Richmond. I think Richmond will beat them. I can't see West. If West Coast win, then fair enough. But I don't see it. And they're both yellow words up. I disagree. I disagree. I don't think West Coast will draw with Richmond. If West Coast win a game this season, it will be on July 30th. They got North Melbourne at home. They will lose all the other ones. They won't even get a draw. So let's just put it there. I'm watching St Kilda on the ball and then someone gets tackled in the Port game. I'm looking over. I hear bang. I'm looking over like, what's happened? Petrarca go. A lot riding on this game as well, right? Yeah, it's literally 4th versus 5th as well. Both on the same points. If the Saints lose, I think they'll stay 5th on percentage, unless they lose like by a big margin. I don't know. They got to lose by a certain margin, I think, but I think they'll stay 5th. But if they win, then they'd be 4th, which is something to work on. It's a post, Finlayson. Trying to see where Gold Coast. Okay, Gold Coast could be level with 9th if they win, but it's extremely unlikely. Extremely. But Gold Coast could be leading in a second, you know. As crazy as that sounds. Oh wow, wow! Anyone see that? The Saints just hit the top of the post. The top, like as in it hit the top of the post. It landed on top, and then it bounced off. But it would have been cool if it stayed there. It went on top of the post. I haven't seen that yet in AFL. We've seen it hit the post plenty, but the very top, it landed on the top. He clearly had the heights on that ball. Jeez. Quarter time. This ain't Kilda there. The unthinkable. The ball landing on the post. Yep, indeed. Oh, that was really cool. Yeah, it's only a point, but you know, you got to give a bonus point for that. I'm kidding, but still. You know, it's crazy to me that the Giants are 9th. It's crazy. Like the Giants are actually they've won 4 in a row and they're 9th. That's actually quite mad. Obviously, Geelong could overtake them if they win, but still. If Adelaide doesn't play each other tomorrow, so the loser of that will be equal with GWS. Considering how the season started for all these teams, that's crazy. More hello GB. That was his merry men. Unlucky. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. But I said we'd lose. So the Norwood game annoyed me so much, bro. We should have beaten the Giants that round. Bloody and Adelaide as well. The week after. They'd watch that game live with a flip monkeys. I would have probably. Casbot Mark. What's going on here? Gold Coast could be 11 points ahead in a second. Can you imagine if Gold Coast ended the streak? Surely not. Hello, Pettis guy, how you doing? Fun fact, Gold Coast got their first ever win against Port, but ever since then it's been a 13-game win streak by Port. Well, that's how it is. Gold Coast are winning, yes. Believe it or not. They've been more accurate than Port as well with kicking. What's going on? As I say that, Rioli goals. Port are back, let's go. Everybody get Ethan to 100, I think is like 3 off. Gold Coast got their first ever win against Port, but ever since then it's been a 30-game win streak by Port. And also, funnily enough, Port are What got a chance at a 13-game win streak in this season? Portland annihilated them. That's what I expected as well. But so far, Gold Coast are doing alright. Alright, second quarter starts in the Saints game. Goal for Gold Coast. 11-point lead. Post for Melbourne as Melbourne's first behind. If things stay the same, Gold Coast would go 9th above the Giants, which is interesting. What was that? Ngoko's had a chance to get something else, but really poor pass. Behind Saints. Already on 6 behinds. They love that. So the same. Yeah, I mean, I'm hopefully as long as I wake up on time. I'm planning on doing this double Saturday stream every round because there's a double night game every round. It's quarter time in the Port game. These are two very big games. I do night games essentially, so as long as they're big games, then that's great. The night games are at good times. So like 10 Fridays 10:50, Thursdays 10:20. Today's 10:25 and 10:40. So yeah, that's why I never do Sunday streams because of those. The last game is 7:20 a.m. I'm just like can't be asked. 7:40 a.m. I think. Apart from the Essendon game, was it Essendon Carlton? But that they did a Sunday night game for once, which was weird, which was a bit strange, but I was happy with that. Behind again for the Saints. 10 scores, only 3 goals. Let's see what the fixtures are for the rest of the season. This is a potential if Davidoff wakes up early. Not early, sorry. Wait, Sometimes I oversleep and even like on Thursday I miss like the first quarter. Uh, Sydney Dogs, Melbourne Brisbane, and then Geelong Essendon, Adelaide GWS. As long as I wake up, I'll be watching all of those. um, Essendon Bulldogs, Fremantle Sydney, Port Adelaide Collingwood. Yes, I can watch that. That's great. Um, some things could change because sometimes they ask me to work in the morning, but most of them should be fine. Round 20, I can do Collingwood Carlton, but I am in Belgium that weekend, so I'll be missing Adelaide Showdown and Essendon Sydney. Interesting. Then you got Dogs Richmond, Geelong Port. That's good. GWS Sydney. Interesting. Big game and rivalry. Collingwood Geelong, Carlton Melbourne, and the Western Derby. Okay, but the Western Derby's at 11:10. I can't watch the whole game because I'll be at work. I mean, unless I'm off that day. No, I'm not off that day, so never mind. Collingwood Brisbane, St Kilda Geelong, Adelaide Sydney, and then whichever 3 games are night games on round 24. Go Melbourne. Go Melbourne. And once round 24 ends, I'll be flying to Australia. You feel bad for St Kilda. In the Saints Melbourne game, we're halfway through the second quarter. In the Port Gold Coast game, we're about to start the second quarter. Second quarter begins at the Oval. I'm getting used to hearing 2 commentaries. I'm starting to I'm starting to look at it in a good way. It's less annoying at the moment. Still a bit headache inducing. Port's goal kicking isn't top notch at the moment. Oh, Saints! What have you done? What have Okay, Saints got a free kick. I'm just like, how have you messed that up? The most forgettable AFL season. Probably the COVID one. The one with Richmond beat Geelong in the grand final. That one. Out of the ones I've watched since 2017 onwards, is that one. 2017 had a lot of amazing games in regular season. Had a poor final, sure, but like there's a lot of memorable games in 2017. 2018 had one of the best grand finals ever. 2019, the Giants getting smashed was very memorable actually, even though it was a very bad game. So it's got to be 2020. 2021 was Melbourne's. Melbourne were running riot in 2021. So, yeah. Then there was last year. Yeah, for me it's 2020. Yeah, but out of the seasons since 2017, we're talking out the seasons that I've watched. From 2017 onwards, 2020 is the most forgettable out of all the seasons there. Like, which other year in that period is more forgettable than 2020? The thing I remember most about that was bloody no crowds and then Hawthorn beating Geelong and Richmond. But yeah. Then which is the most forgettable, mate? You got to give an example. I am not having 2017 as an answer, or 2018. Oh, Marshall, good mark. Meanwhile, we go Melbourne as Port have a chance to get back in the game. Go Ports. Goal for goal into the two games. (2018) or 2019. 2019 I can accept, but 2018, that even though the grand finals one match, that match elevates that season to a whole new level. That's one of the most memorable grand finals ever. So just because of that, we can't have that as most forgettable. Gold Coast have the same score as Saints, except Gold Coast are winning and the Saints are not. Why aren't Power doing well? I have no idea. Gold Coast are actually playing better. which is what's confusing me. This isn't some lucky lead. Gold Coast are generally looking like a better team right now. I'm very confused. One team is 12 games in a row. One team has won 12 games in a row. How do they look worse at home? I'm very confused here. Also, the Saints need to wake up because Melbourne might run away with it at this rate. I know it's only 2 goals, but geez. Melbourne look much better on the ball at the moment. Another failed attempt at Collingwood's Bristol Grand Final. Well, that's Collingwood's fault. They choked. Mark your words, Paul will come back. Oh yeah, that could definitely happen. Paul can come back. That's not like an outlandish thing. It's just confusing to me that so far Gold Coast have looked better. Obviously, they want to make finals, and if they win, they're 9th. But still. The Geelong will win tomorrow. They got bloody North Melbourne. I was checking who they got. So Geelong will be 9th after tomorrow, but for now it's the Giants, and then it could be Gold Coast, but I don't think it will be. I think Port will come out 3rd quarter and do great. Post for Melbourne. Come back. Need a spanking for the bet. I don't know about a spanking, mate, but Port winning I think will happen at least. When you take the shot there, mate. What bet have you got, by the way, GP? I want to do a poll, but I'm watching 2 games, so I'm just like, right. Brisbane, what a disgrace. Only 80-point win. Should be kicked out of the league for that. Whoa. Whoa. But yeah, that was very underwhelming to only win by that much. Richmond did worse. Port by heaps and St Kilda Melbourne under 29 points. I mean, you get the St Kilda bet, but right now Gold Coast look all right, and I think Port. I still think Port will win, but they might not smash them. Let's just put it that way. Gold Coast behind. 2 goal lead for them. In fact, they kicked 7 in the first half, and went the first quarter. Sorry, went ahead to kick 3 goals each in the following 3 quarters. Silly. Is that what Brisbane did? Yeah, that's unbelievable. That's. I feel like Brisbane have always had goal kicking problems. They've always been a team not to be consistent with set shots. Well, it's half time in the Saints game. There's still half a quarter left in the second quarter in Port. By the time that's half time, it might be back to the Melbourne game. Should be kicking goal every second. My Port win next 3, including calling prediction, would look very bad for me if they lost the Gold Coast. Yeah, it would look very bad. I agree. I'm just a little surprised by this. Like, Gold Coast aren't that bad, but to come away to the team that's got 12 wins in a row, and to actually look better, is quite alarming. They genuinely have looked better. I'm genuinely confused. Like, the only reason they're not further ahead is because, a few errors here and there, and Port just had more quality. It's just that performance-wise, Suns have been better. I say this, Port have got to go. They're within 5. What we're looking even more stupid, tipping the Giants 18th and have a chance to play finals. Who would predict that? In my defence, who had the Giants making the finals? Yes, I put them in 18th. That's my bad. I'll put my hands up there. that's on me. But no one had them that high up. Maybe someone did, but hello Nash, how you doing? If someone said at the start of the season Geelong would be, no, sorry, not Geelong, GWS would be fighting for the finals, I'm not sure about that one. What I'm happy with though is I said Hawthorn will not be last, and we're not last, so we're third from last. Because that's much better. Look, listen, as far as I'm concerned, everyone from 9th to 17th achieves the same thing. Maybe there's like a money difference. At the end of the day, 9th to 17th, you don't make finals, you don't get a spoon. So I'm just saying. Giants are the best player in the league. How could they finish so low? Yeah, I hold my hands up. I was wrong about them being last. But, like, no one had them being successful this season. Like, sure, maybe some people put them, like, 10th or whatever, but... Like, I'm sure maybe, like, there's always people who go for crazy predictions, so maybe someone did put them in the finals, but most people did not. It's just that I was a lot more harsh on them than most people. You never seem to do very well. They've won the last 4, which is good for them. That's why they're 9th currently. Most people had Freo top 4. Yeah. And they're 12th. Rioli. Porter ahead. For the first time since early in the first quarter. When they got the first goal. Normality is resumed. The 2 top 4 teams are winning. You still think Toronto will make finals? Yeah, I'm not sure they will either, but, you know, considering where they were and where they are now, they have more of a chance now than they did before. But it's still hard to see them finishing above the teams above them. Or even Geelong, really. But we'll see. Geelong have a lot of mistakes in them. They're not perfect at the moment, so... But I you know, Richmond, Fremantle, Gold Coast, Sydney, you can see the Jazz doing better than those teams. So... But can they do better than Essendon? Or Adelaide? Or the Dogs? Maybe the Dogs. In a big game, maybe they're better at big games than Dogs are, but... St Kilda... Depends which St Kilda turns up. I want to see who Giants have got now. You guys have got me curious. Can the Giants make the finals, guys? Let me tell you their fixtures. Yeah? Adelaide Oval against the Crows next week. Oh, it's crunch time, my friends. Gold Coast at Manuka. Giants Gold Coast in 2 rounds' time. Western Bulldogs at Mars. Sydney Swans at Giant Stadium. Port Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. Essendon at Giant Stadium. And Carlton at Marvel. That's... Every team is fighting for something there. They haven't even got West Coast and North to fall back on. If they make the finals, fair enough. With that, if they make the finals, fair enough. Now, look, they could beat Gold Coast. You never know about Adelaide. Who knows? Western Bulldogs, that could be interesting. They beat the Swans once, they can do it again. But Port Adelaide away... Actually, you never know. You never know. Port Adelaide away is tough. But they could beat Carlton. Essendon is at the Giant Stadium. I think I would see Essendon winning that, but you never know. You never know. Maybe the Giants are onto something here. Maybe. But it's not the easiest list because everyone's fighting for something in that fixture. You have GWS 12 in the start of the year. Basin definitely said that. You reckon Geelong sneak in and Bulldogs get out? He said that to annoy you, yeah? I don't know. I hate to say it, Mr. Cat. I do actually like the Dogs quite a lot. But based on the recent games that Dogs have played, I am not sure they would get past week 1 in the finals. Don't attack me! It might be good if they swap Geelong, actually. Or the Giants. No, not the Giants. Maybe the Giants. Maybe the Giants. If the Giants get a home game, you never know. Who's the worst team in the 8 right now? Saints, Dogs, Crows, Essendon. That's a good idea, Mask. Now that's a good poll we can do. I'm going to do an exact order as well. Yeah, Adelaide, Essendon. They play each other tomorrow. There we go. Well, it's not. Yeah, there we go. It's processed now. I mean, before I even say that, you'll see the poll anyway because there's stream delay. You hear what I'm saying like 20 seconds after I say it. Took Collingwood all the way, yeah, but you still lost. There's 3 games I'm looking at, right? Collingwood, Port Adelaide, and Geelong. All 3 games, you were keeping up with them for a certain amount of time, and then you fell off. I'm just saying. If you win your next big game, fair enough. But yeah, have you got any big teams left? I'm curious. Got Sydney away. Essendon at Marvel's huge. Then you got the Giants, Richmond. You got Hawthorn. Oh, you smash us. Don't worry. You got Hawthorn West Coast. That's a good 2 rounds for you, and then Geelong at Gym HBA. We're tied, St Kilda and Dogs 40% in the poll. No one said the Crows. I wouldn't say the Crows either, to be fair. For me, it's between St Kilda and the Dogs. It's one of the 2. The fact that St Kilda are 5th really surprises me. Like, yeah, they had a good start, and that's like one of the reasons why they are that high up. But still, they've been losing more often recently, and they're still 5th. Adelaide suck after taking Collingwood all the way twice and losing. Basically my logic. Yeah, but you didn't take them all the way. That's an even bigger problem. Geelong, you took them 3 quarters and then decided, I don't want to score anymore. Port Adelaide, as soon as they hit the 3rd quarter, it was done. But you were good in the first half. Collingwood was a little bit similar, but not as big a margin. Collingwood had a really good 3rd quarter, and that's where they won the game. And yeah, so you had a great end to that game, but there's always at least 1 quarter where you're not keeping up. Adelaide at least went the whole game. They still lost, sure, but yeah. Gold Coast ahead. Gold Coast going to be ahead at half time, it seems, but there's still 1:19 on the clock, so that's plenty of time. Essendon now on 30. Oh, Essendon above Western Bulldogs. Interesting. In the poll, I mean. Like worst team in the 8. I don't think Essendon are, I don't think they're bad. They've played well, generally. Bulldogs are at best 8th. Look, listen, I'm happy to be proven wrong. We'll see what you do in the finals, assuming you make it. I think you will. You got Hawthorn and West Coast. You'll beat both of those. I think you beat the Giants as well. And you should beat Sydney. So yeah, you'll be alright. You'll make the 8. But I think there's question marks. If you beat Essendon, I'll shut up. Zip. Which round is it that I'll miss? I'm missing one more round this season. I'm good. It's round 19. No, it's round 20. Yeah, I'm missing round 20. I can watch Collingwood Carlton on Friday night, but on Saturday I'm flying somewhere. Essendon should have been in the poll, let's be honest. Yeah, true, but I just, I was following my suggestion. Plus, makes it interesting putting, 5th to 8th instead of just 2 teams. But yeah, St Kilda Dogs would have been a better poll. Suns get a goal again, guys. I still think Port will win, but well done, Suns. You had a good first half. They're playing a team that's much better, that's on much better form at the same time. Oh, there's a score review. Did Aaliyah touch it? I still stand by what I'm saying. Gold Coast had a better first half than Port. Playing against a much better team away. It's impressive. But I don't think this lead is standing. They're still leading, but it's behind. So -5 from that, that's 39. Adelaide's only interstate win was against Hawthorn by 3. Yeah, that is true as well. This is why I'm a little bit surprised that Adelaide are not on 0%. There's no way that Essendon are worse than Adelaide. Essendon are the best team out of that 4. I'm putting it out there. I'm not even I'm a Hawthorn fan. Why would I like Essendon? Essendon are the best team out of those 4. Okay? We're starting a fight today. A verbal fight, not an actual fight. I avoid those sort of things. Life's too short. Gold Coast leading by a goal. It is now half-time in both games, but I'm sure the third quarter is almost starting in the Saints game. Give it about 5 minutes, probably. It feels great to not have work today. I'm so glad. I didn't even ask for overtime because I'm going at F1 tomorrow, and I'm doing it as a day trip. Obviously, it's in England, but I'm getting a 7 a.m. coach, and I'm going up. I actually haven't got a way home yet. I've got a way home. I haven't paid for it. But there's like a shuttle bus you can take from the racetrack to a train station and get a train back. Haven't booked the train yet because I don't know what time I get to the train station. But yeah, gonna have a long Sunday, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm just like, let me just chill on Saturday and then I'll probably stream on Twitch in a bit after this. I have some lunch first actually. I haven't eaten yet. Past successes always indicate future successes. True. David said dogs have to be Essendon to finish high. That's what I said. I said in the big games, you can't keep up for 4 quarters. But if you beat Essendon, I'll shut up. Essendon actually did survey. I think you can change your vote, Ethan, actually. I don't know. I mean, I can't vote, so I can't check, but I think you can change your vote. Just test it to see if it works. Essendon will beat Dogs on Friday night. We shall see. Best team outside the 8. GWS, Geelong, Richmond, Freo, Suns. I think it only allows 4, unfortunately, but I can do 4 of those. Mason agrees. Essendon best team there, yes. Carman 22 put the Dogs 4th in the power ranking, and you guys make me so nervous with these comments. Look, fair enough. I respect Cardman. I had a kickabout with him outside the Marvel Stadium. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. But still, I have my own opinion too. Everyone hates Essendon being successful. That's probably why. That was after round 16. Cardman's opinions are, yeah, I don't think, I wouldn't say they're invalid. I think that's very rude. I'm trying to be very civil here with everybody. You like Essendon? I like watching Essendon play. I don't particularly want to see him win a flag or anything, but I like seeing him play, and I think they'd be interesting to watch in a finals series. Making you nervous. Cardman is going to change that. Well, we shall see. He said Freo was 5th. So I want to watch this power ranking now. I'm not sure. I think I'm ready. Does he do it every week? I think Geelong is the best team outside the 8. No disputing it. Worst team in the 8. 11 votes. Most people said St Kilda. 45%. Western Bulldogs and Essendon 27%. No one voted Adelaide, which has surprised me a bit. I actually like Adelaide, but yeah, still. There's no way Essendon are worse than them. That's just my opinion. Yeah, it's only 5 options. Okay. Okay. I feel like Geelong winning this poll, but we'll do it anyways. I haven't put the Suns in, or I mean, it won't be Sydney or Carlton anyway, but yeah. I haven't put the Suns in. So if you think it's the Suns, then comment. I'm only putting the Giants in because they're 9th. But if the Suns win, they'll be 9th. But, you know, whatever. I'm going on 9th to 12th at the moment. This Australian racing thing genuinely looks really good. I'm genuinely curious about this thing. It literally looks like your own version of NASCAR. Your ranking is Dogs, Crows, Dons, Saints. Crows above the Dons and the Saints. Interesting. Interesting. Above the Saints, fair enough. Above the Dons, though. This is why I'm surprised it was 0% Adelaide. Oh, now everyone's voted for someone. Geelong winning the poll, clearly. 3 of the votes. 1 vote each for Richmond, Freo, GWS. It doesn't tell me that, but I can just judge by the percentages. You can kind of tell. It's like 6 votes, 50% Geelong. Okay, it must be 3 votes and then 1 each. Now it's changed a little bit. Now I can't really tell as much, but it still looks like 1 vote each for, yeah. Yeah, this is an easy Geelong win, right? It was a 4-way tie at one point. 3-way tie now. Sun show up for this, we didn't show up for a loud crowd at home against a top team, but they want to do it away. Shake my head. Maybe they're better when they're not under pressure. Remember that Giants win against Collingwood in the prelim? I feel like being away was beneficial for the Giants that game. Sometimes it's better for the weaker team to play away. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you just can't handle the pressure of opposition fans shouting at you, but yeah. Sometimes it helps. Because it doesn't feel like there's pressure on you sometimes. I'm talking like I know what it feels like, but I'm just judging by what I've seen. Sometimes playing away is easier, depending on the context. Crows are overrated. Look, I think a fair argument is Crows have won one away game, and that was against Hawthorn, interstate. They did beat Port away, but that was, the same home stadium, come on. But, to be fair, Port away is a good win, having said that, but still. Port home or away, even though you're at the same home ground. But, Adelaide have done okay. I think they deserve to be in 7th right now. Let's put it that way. If Adelaide don't finish top 6, they aren't making it past week 1. I agree with you there. Yeah. Away against the Dogs or the Saints, Adelaide are losing. So, I do agree. I wouldn't mind if the final stayed like this. All of week 1's in Melbourne except for Port Adelaide. It's interesting. Melbourne post almost 50, but it's 45. They get a home final. Who's stopping them? Yeah, but they got to get the home final first. The Dogs can get the home final. I think with the fixtures left, it's definitely doable for 5th or 6th. Adelaide getting a home final. If they beat Essendon tomorrow, but that's a big if. They're not at home. But Essendon can also lose games they should win. So Adelaide next week have got GWS, and then Melbourne at the MCG. Then they got Port Adelaide. Then they got Gold Coast at the Oval. Okay. Then they got Brisbane at the Gabba. Got Port Adelaide and Brisbane at the Gabba. My word. And Melbourne at the MCG. Sydney at the Oval and West Coast at Optus. They could win the last 2. They could beat Sydney and West Coast and Gold Coast. That's 3 wins. Okay, this is based on my assumption. It doesn't mean it will happen. They could lose some of those games. I'm just assuming. Probably lose to Brisbane. Probably lose to Melbourne and Essendon. They could beat the Giants. Can they beat Port? They've done it once. Can they do it again? That's my prediction is Port will go 15 unbeaten. I said that because I think they'll lose to Adelaide as well. But I think Port would beat Collingwood and lose to Adelaide. And then lose to Geelong. And then win the rest of their games. I predicted the rest of Port's season. We'll see how it goes. I'll jinx all of it. It's hard to make past week 1 if you aren't in the top 6. Ask the Bulldogs. In 2016, they know how to do it. Where did the Giants... Oh, the Giants finished 6th when they made the grand final. But still, it was... Yeah. They still had to play away twice, right? Why would we bring out Melbourne? Melbourne making top 4. Melbourne, Dogs, Crows, Essendon, all fighting for 4th. So many polls we could do. I like this. There's a lot of conversation here. I'm also trying to watch the game as well at the same time. I don't know why, but I haven't muted the the other games. I'm just watching burger adverts at the moment. It's probably the worst poll ever because everyone's gonna vote for Essendon. Just to clarify, this was Mr. Cat's idea. I just wanted to point it out. If you think it's St Kilda, comment below. Melbourne are going to win this poll easily. It's more useless than the Geelong poll last time. Not useless, but like it was obvious Geelong were winning. And I feel like it's obvious Essendon winning this. So not Essendon, sorry, Melbourne. 50-50 Melbourne Essendon. Oh, Essendon winning the poll at the moment. Crows and Essendon above Melbourne. The Dogs 0%. Mr. Cat, mate. Mr. Cat, who supports the Dogs. Where's your vote? What's going on? Who said Freo Richmond? I don't know, but someone said Freo. Freo was second place, best team outside the 8. Richmond in third. Essendon beat Melbourne. They did. But overall, will they finish above Melbourne? We shall see. Essendon win tomorrow. It's big, obviously. That's why I kind of want the Saints to win this game, but I don't think they will. Melbourne got Brisbane at the MCG, Adelaide at the MCG, next 2 games. And then Richmond at Richmond, the 3 MCG games. Then they got North Melbourne at Blundstone. Carlton MCG, Hawthorn MCG, Sydney SCG. Melbourne have got only 2 games not at the MCG after this round. And one's North Melbourne. And the other's Sydney. Their 2 away games are North Melbourne and Sydney, and the rest are home games. And one's against Hawthorn. And Carlton is another one, and Richmond. Surely Melbourne are 4th, come on. You're telling me Melbourne are not making 4th from that? Let's see Essendon's. Goal for Melbourne, maybe? Yes. 21 points. Saints in trouble. Essendon, obviously, Adelaide tomorrow. Huge game. Geelong, GMHBA. Western Bulldogs, Marvel. I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. It's going to be war. Mars McGee versus Mr. Cat. Featuring Mason. And then after Western Bulldogs, they got Sydney at Marvel. So they got 3 in a row at Marvel. 4 in a row at Marvel. Essendon got 4 in a row at Marvel. Western Bulldogs, Sydney, West Coast, and North Melbourne. And then Giants at Giant Stadium. Then Collingwood last day. Collingwood round 24 v Essendon. That's crazy. As a Dons fan, you don't think you'll make top 4. Fair enough. Have GWS entered to the final as favourites? That's actually a good question. I have no idea. That's a pretty good question, to be fair. But there was the one against Sydney. They were not favourites in that one. That was from years ago. The one against the Dogs, people thought the Dogs would beat them. And then the semi-final and prelim, people thought they'd lose. They won those in 2019. What other finals are there? They've never been favourites, have they? GWS are pros making finals and pros are winning as underdogs in the first 2 finals. No one says the Dogs will finish 4th. To be fair, Mr. Cat doesn't think they'll make it, so make it to 4th. I mean, make it to the finals, yes. I agree with that, they'll make the finals. They played Sydney 3 times, they've been ahead of the ladder, 2019, won 3 away finals. I didn't realise it was 3 times either, but then again, I've been watching as long as you guys have been. Dogs are favourites in 2016 final. Okay. So the Giants might have never been favourites in the finals, and if they make it this year, they wouldn't be favourites. The poll's still tied. I kind of want to end it, but I don't want to end it on Essendon and Melbourne equal. Fair play to whoever thinks the Crows will do it, though. 2 people, I think, voted for that. Jack Billings. Has he got the billing? It's a very poor pun, but he has got the goal. The Saints needed that badly. Can they come back? I'm not sure. GWS don't lose first week finals. Yeah, they have a knack of winning those, don't they? They lost the qualifying final against Crows in 2017, but other than that, yeah. Basically, when there's a risk of being eliminated, they come out. Adelaide was a really good team in 2017. Too bad it fell apart. Yeah, they absolutely absolutely choked that game. Richmond are very good, but yeah, that grand final hit them hard, and then the team just got torn apart. Really, they played poorly and they lost certain players. It's mad. I really thought they'd win the flag, but they did not. Goal for the Saints. Within 9 now, they're back in it. They looked down and out. 2 goals and they're back. Was 2016 to 2019 were a dangerous side. They just fell off at the end of the season, costing the Premiership. Yeah. They were so bad against Richmond, though. Like, so bad. Like, Adelaide were bad, too, in that grand final, but Adelaide at least competed for half of the game. Then they just got smashed in the second half. GWS just got smashed from the start. I think they got a goal early, and that's about it. That's all they did until, like, the end. Credit to Richmond, they were very good, but still. Why grand finals more like to be blowouts? It's a good question. I don't know the answer. This is what makes 2018 so special. That grand final it had everything. It was amazing. Port 2023 is the same as Port 2007. Played Geelong in the second last round. Finished second on ladder and will lose to the clear best team all year. Pies by 100 plus. We'll see. We'll see. GW's going to be for the first quarter. Oh, it was only 15-7 first quarter. Oh. Okay, well, they got smashed for 3 quarters then. What to do is stack the back line. Yeah, but it doesn't really work as well. Port have got a goal. They're already level. Second half has started there, 90 seconds in. You can just kick the ball high. To shoot, I mean. Like, getting everyone, like, you know, enforcing your back line can work in, like, our sport in the Premier League. Because they got to get it in the goal, so you can, like, you can put, like, 4 people on the line if you want to. As long as they don't use their hands, it's all legal. But like in AFL, it's a lot harder to just say, oh, let's just get people back. Yeah, that will help. It can help to avoid inside 50s, but someone could still smash it from 600 yards. Exaggeration. 2016 to 2019, GWS were the best team not to win a premiership. Well, it's either them or Collingwood, so yeah. Or Geelong. Didn't Geelong finish first twice in that period? At least, no. I think one was in 2021. There was 2 years where Geelong finished first and didn't win the finals. I think one was in that period. The poll is still tied, even with more votes. So we'll end it. An equal amount of people think Essendon and Melbourne will be fourth. I still want to do that previous poll from earlier, but we'll do that as well. Wait. Port have scored again. They're ahead. Here's a question. I must know what it is. But the rest of you. Here's a question. Who wins a Geelong Adelaide final? I am here for all the votes. All the votes. Power coming back. Yeah, Power have started this second half exactly how they should have started it. 2 goals already, 2.5 minutes in, now they're ahead. It's a good thing Aaliyah touched it in at half time because I think that helps a little bit. Who wins the Geelong Adelaide final? Adelaide if it's at home, Geelong if it's at home, or one of the teams, regardless if it's home or away. Who's at home? Yeah, those are the options. So at the top, sorry, I should have put Adelaide Oval. My apologies, but the top option is Adelaide if they're at home, Geelong if it's at MCG. Would Adelaide win regardless, or would Geelong win regardless? What's more likely to happen? I guess the top 2 could be like things you could have both opinions really. Whoever's at home will win. I should have just said whoever's at home. I've done That poll is flawed. What if it's through? You know what? We're gonna stick with it. Also, Geelong 07 is my answer to that because Collingwood have not won a flag yet. They might win it, sure. But I might still do that poll. But I've got an idea for a poll as well. Crows might actually win at the G, then Geelong at the Oval. They almost beat Collingwood, so that's worth mentioning. True, they did give Collingwood a run for their money. Already 3 goals in the scores of Port Adelaide. Neither game is a blowout, so I really appreciate that. It's worth watching both games. How long to go? The Saints game 4:17 on the clock in the third quarter, and the Port game 15:46 on the clock in the third quarter. Countdown clock, of course. Obviously, countdown clock. The other clock's on the damn screen. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Gold Coast. Gold Coast. Oh, that's a good pun. I did that on purpose. Gold Coast just got maybe best goal of the game. That was brilliant from the angle. They're not down and out just yet. I jinxed both games turning to thrashings. There's no thrashing yet. And I have 15 points and 6 points. Bold call. Gold Coast can't lose by 55 plus points. Sorry, sorry. I read that wrong. Sorry. Bold call. Gold Coast lose by 55 plus points. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but we'll see. I actually would prefer if the clock was countdown, but I'm just getting it off the AFL website, so it's whatever clock they have. But the countdown would be so much better, wouldn't it? It would just be so much better for the stream. It's definitely what I prefer, but you know, any other scoreboard I've tried to check out, they don't look as good as this one. These look so clean, so I just use them. This is basically a video. It's literally a screen recording of the website. Both scoreboards. Alright, the poll was flawed anyway. I got an interesting poll. It's not the same as Mask's poll, but it's something I'm intrigued about. Are there even any Geelong fans in here? I don't think there are. 50-50 so far. Geelong 07 or Geelong 2022? You guys can answer better than me, even though I did watch the 07 Grand Final highlights. I was not watching AFL back then, but I do know last year's team, you know, minor premiers and went all the way, smashed the prelim and the grand final. Mason, go bet Port to win with 40 plus. It's 380, free money. Was that touch or was that a goal? Goals given, Port Adelaide. The only reason I didn't do the Collingwood poll is because they haven't won the flag yet, so we'll see. $50-50 still. We're at 2 votes, 4 votes, and 6 votes. We're still 50-50. I'm glad I picked a poll that's close. I would love to hear Geelong fans' opinion on it. Geelong 07 or Geelong 2022. Who was it I asked yesterday? I asked someone yesterday who are the 4 Premier League teams to three-peat before Man City. I don't even remember if you answered. Behind for Melbourne. It's not a kick behind, but you know, it's touch behind, whatever. Hello, 69. Yeah, Ethan's here as far as I know. Geelong have no fans or bandwagoners. That's a big take, that. I haven't seen Geelong live yet. Maybe they make the make eighth or seventh, and I can get to see them. Yes. Maybe Melbourne can drop to fifth, and then got Melbourne Geelong. Surely I can get a ticket for that. It's 3/4 time. Saints Melbourne, 15 points separates them. Melbourne do look better, but it's not over yet for the Saints. Port Adelaide definitely look better right now, but it's behind. They just got 14 points in this game. Even at 8 votes, 50-50. I have not seen it move apart from 50-50 every time I look. I don't look at it constantly, but like every time I looked, it's been 2 votes, 4 votes, 6 votes, 8 votes, 50-50. Like, that's a mad coincidence. I'm proud of myself for that. I asked a good question. To be fair, I did take half of Mark's question, because Mark asked 07 Geelong going to 2023. I'm just like, okay, that's an interesting question, but how can I make that poll a little bit different? Yes, Geelong last year. That's a good poll. Yes, lock it in. Let's do it. Yep, Ethan's there. There you go, 69. You can't go before 2012 in the looking back on fixtures in on the AFL website. Just have Sydney beating Hawthorn in the grand final. That LED advert is quite something. Meanwhile, Porter playing as I'm watching the advert on 3/4 time Saints game. I've looked at it again, it's on 12 votes, 50-50. I don't know how I'm doing this. either people are voting at the same time, or every time I look at it, it's 50-50. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm okay, guys. But have you subbed to Ethan? 69. That's the question. He's close to 100. Excuse me. He's on 98. Just two more. Two more. He's on 99. One more. I thought I was up to you. I wasn't. I'm a fraud. Yeah, he's one sub away now. Indeed. That's because I thought I was sub, but I wasn't, so I just sub. But just one more. We're almost there. How much do you reckon it would cost to pay someone to make an intro for me? What's that website again? There's a website I used to make my outro. Had an American student make one for me. She did a good job, to be fair. She made two for me, two different ones. I'm trying to think about an animated intro to make for, like, because I got 4 channels. I want to like have like a couple clips from like each channel, and like show the 4 channel logos, and then mash them all into my main logo, this logo, and then have a heartbeat. Have this logo as a heartbeat. It's like a visual idea I have, but I just feel like it would cost so much to pay someone to do it, but I can't do it myself because I can't animate. Pal Pepper. Oh, it's all the way! I love Pal Pepper, man. He's so fun to watch. He's 100 subs. Yes! We've done it! Video Crime Spree has made it happen. It's brilliant scenes. The Saints mess up another attack. We're 44 seconds in to the Saints game. Tell ChatGPT to do it for me. ChatGPT can make intros. I thought you just talked to it. I've never talked to it, to be fair. I mean, it is an AI, to be fair. AI can generate things, but still. It can, like, make... That's interesting. No, I've seen, like, AI-generated, like, photos and videos and stuff, but still. I don't know, you can just type into ChatGPT and get it done. Once again, the Saints attack thwarted. But I don't know if you guys can like visualize what I'm saying. But like, yeah, maybe I'll ask ChatGPT. Who knows? But the idea is to have like a couple clips from like a couple good clips from like each channel, 4 channels. So you'd have one channel. You would show the logo and God's sake, my alarm interrupted me. it would show the logo of each channel with the subscribe button, one at a time, and there'd be like a couple clips from the 4 channels, and then you'd have the 4 logos across each other on the same screen, and then the other 3 would mash into this one. This one would be beating like a heartbeat at the end of it. With the right music, I think it could be really cool. Does anything tell it to teach you physics or write code to animate that? Interesting. Can you just like send video clips and be like, make a mashup of this? What's that? I forgot the website. Oh, Fiverr. It's called Fiverr. Behind for the Saints. 6-9 way to 9-5. Need to update 200. What would that's the next goal. One day you hit 200. Oh, the first time I see the poll, it's not 50-50. Geelong 07 winning the poll currently. That sounds easy. With actual animation, it would take like 5 minutes. Yeah, true. When I meant animate, I mean like animate the way the logos move. But yeah. Just fade them all out. I want them all to smash into the main logo, if that makes sense. It'd be like the end of the intro would be like the 4 logos on one screen, and then bang, and then you get the main logo, which is this one. Then again, what if I want to make a logo for the other channels? I shouldn't make one for Sir Davidoff, because that's like a personal vlogging channel. That needs to be my face anyway. But to be fair, my gaming channel's got a logo. Now I want a logo for Davidoff Films. It would be like this one, but DF, essentially. But a different colour, like black and yellow or something. Got so many ideas. It's annoying. The Saints are in touching distance, but it never feels like they'll come back. Melbourne have too much control. Sounds like a lot of effort there, to be honest. Goal for Melbourne. We'll end the poll there. Most people would say Geelong 07 is better than Geelong 2022. Pretty good poll though. I want to get my team involved. I feel like I know what the answer will be anyway, but I want to get Hawthorn involved. I got a good Hawthorn poll. Hopefully not a blowout of a poll. There we go. Okay, that's not how it works. Here's a poll. Please don't be a blowout. I want to get Hawthorn involved in these polls. I had to do it somehow. Oh, 50%, yes! Hawthorn winning, yes! 50%, oh. My idea was that most people would say Brisbane, but yeah. The Saints are now alive, they've just got a goal. Oh, Rosie! Oh, what a goal! That would be the best goal of the game. I mean, the game's over now. Porter smashed that third quarter. Did that guy put that bet on? He should have. He should have backed himself. You thought I would subscribe? Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Because I've watched a few of your videos. I thought I was subscribed to you, but apparently I wasn't. That Rosie goal was beautiful, man. What a finish. That Rosie goal's going to be 10 best moments. Melbourne behind. Of course, Hawthorn will win. Brisbane beat a trash Collingwood twice, no skill involved. Jinx it off strikes again. Blowouts. Gold Coast had a goal lead at half time, which makes it even crazier. Connor Rosie, Premiership winner with North Adelaide at 18. I love North Adelaide. The Roosters. I want to see a Rooster game at some point. I like them quite a lot. Mason Wilkinson isn't here anymore, it seems. Probably left to cry over his lost fortune. Oh, well. Who does Mason support? I've forgotten now. Another goal. 43 points now to lead. They've scored 9 of their 14 goals in this. Think the Saints still a chance? The margin suggests they do, but like I can't see it. They're making too many errors, and Melbourne just look better. Melbourne just got a goal, as I said that as well. 20 points. 4 goals in 9 minutes. If it was the other way around, maybe Melbourne could come back, but I don't know about the Saints. Remember Hawthorn toughest grand final was Freo, can you imagine? We stopped Freo's only chance at a flag. You're welcome. I'm so sad I wasn't even there. I didn't even experience that. Then again, like if I started watching in like 07, who would I supported? That's the question. I only picked Hawthorn because I liked him in compilations. So like, you have a little like butterfly effect when you change time. When it was 13 points, they were a chance, but now, nah, yeah. But even at 13 points, they didn't look perfect, I feel. The Melbourne still looked like they were comfortable. And whenever the Saints had an opportunity, they just missed the shot. That Mason is there. See Mask? He hasn't run away. That 55-point prediction could still come true as well. What do you use to bet on AFL, by the way? Like, what is there like an ideal website you guys use? Because I know in England we have like 10 different companies that we could choose from. But there's always like, you know, some that are good and some that are not. I'm not sure if I can even use an Australian betting website. I would have picked Carlton if... I don't know about that one, Chief. Yeah, that prediction is not looking too bad, indeed. Who do you support, Mason, by the way? Curious. I kind of wanted to do a poll of Essendon 2000, but like, who'd you compare that to? Who could you compare Essendon 2000 to and have it a fair comparison? Because they lost one game all season. Like, it doesn't get more dominant than that. Port 04, nah, it won't be Port 04. They did end the 3-peat though. There could have been a 4-peat for Brisbane. One of the Geelong teams? Geelong 07? Who else was dominant? Richmond. No, well, the year Richmond finished first, they Essendon 2007, Geelong 2007. Okay. I had the right idea of what I said then, considering what Mars said. All right, more people think Brisbane 3-peat was better. Less votes, obviously, than the usual. I mean, 11 votes is still quite a lot, in fairness. Is there like a tier list of Premiership winning teams? That'd be quite fun. When do I think Hawks will make finals again? 2026. That's a genuine answer though, I'm not joking. 2026. I can't see it next year. Or the year after. Maybe in 3 years' time we'll have, like, you know, some of the young players will be older, more experienced, and hopefully some new players in. And hopefully we're lucky with the drafts. So we'll see. The most dominant years, Saints 09, Geelong 08. Well, 2 of those lost. Tiger 2018 all lost the flag. Oh, you were literally saying that. Sorry, I didn't. I should read the whole comment before commenting on it. You support Essendon. Oh, I see. So we got 2 Dons fans. We got a Dogs fan. I don't know if he's. I mean, yeah. A Dogs fan and a Port fan at the moment. There are 6 viewers though, so there's 2 others that are not chatting. Go for the Saints. 5 minutes 02 on the clock. Is it too late, or can they do it? 3 goals in 5 minutes is doable. So they weren't going anywhere in 2026 goes to the World Cup. I'm not sure I'll have money for the World Cup, mate. But I guess who knows. But like, if you look at the post I made, right, all of those things I'm planning next 2.5 years, that's a lot of money. And by the time I've done all of that, if I do all of that, then I'm not sure how much money I have left. And when you consider it's the World Cup, tickets will be on sale in like flipping October, November in 2025. We'll see. But definitely no promises there. But, you know, that would be cool to see a World Cup in person. What will happen first? Suns play finals, West Coast win a game, or Port Adelaide lose? Port Adelaide lose would happen first, I think. Unless, it depends, like, which game is first? West Coast North or Port Adelaide Adelaide? Whichever one's first, that will happen first. I think West Coast can beat North Melbourne. Alright, final quarter about to start in Port, but 4 minutes 21 on the clock for the Saints. They're chasing, but to no avail at the moment. If I stop doing all this senior citizen vacation to sit in hostels, I am not staying in hostels. If I didn't vlog, I'd definitely consider it. But I hate leaving an expensive laptop in a hostel where there's people staying in the same room. I hate doing that. Even if I had 24 padlocks, I'm still not doing that. Going out all day, coming back, and getting my laptop out to edit the vlog. That's, you know, that's more suited to a single hotel. I mean, not a single hotel, sorry, but a hotel where I get my own room. I look for the cheaper options anyway. Apart from like last year's Australia trip, I didn't look for cheaper options. Look for like closest to Marvel Stadium, but still. You should have bet. Yeah, you should have. Sorry, not Port. Gold Coast. I've got to go. Wow. The comeback is on, guys. No, it's not. Alright, 3:16 to go. It's too far out, this. Yeah, it's kicked it wide. He's young. I can't really go for him for missing that. The distance was big. But no score for the Saints from that kick. Did I see Mission Impossible yet? It comes out on the 10th. At least in England anyway. I'm watching it on Wednesday, on the 12th. But I've liked every one. I mean, the second one was... There was one that was like not that good. I think it was the second one. But 1 and 3 were good movies. And then 4 onwards, they're all great. 4, 5 and 6 was unbelievable. 7 has got good reviews so far. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I would assume it's good. But you never know until you see it. But I'd be surprised if it wasn't good. Port v Crows and Eagles North in the same round. Port v Crows on Saturday. Well, Eagles North on Sunday. So Port will lose before Eagles win. There we go. And then Gold Coast making finals happen last. Because they won't do it this year. Even if they did, you know, that would happen last anyway. Unless West Coast don't win a game. Port just hit the post. They got 2 minutes to hit 3 goals. Saints are done. And there's a 50-metre penalty as well for Melbourne. Came out today in Australia. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, for us it comes out on Monday. Very strange day. For me, 4 onwards is when they leveled up. 4, 5 and 6 is unbelievable. For me, anyway. Did you know that Tom Cruise is fairly short? I think he might be like my height or something. Apparently there's some scenes where they have him stand on something. I learned that when I toured Paramount Studio. I mean, I knew he was short, but I didn't know he stood on things sometimes to look bigger. You know he broke his leg filming number 6. It's because he does his stunts. He learned how to fly a helicopter for the 6th one as well, but in number 6 he broke his leg, and they showed the scene where he did it. You don't see his leg break, but like they show how when it happens. That guy's hardcore. He's a legend. One minute left. Melbourne will probably get another goal to put the cherry on the top of the icing on the cake. You change your tip to St. Kilda minutes before tip off. Family Guy, Tom Cruise the same height as Stewie. I think I remember that episode. Family Guy is such a legendary show. They can literally make a joke about anything and get away with it, and that's what made it so fun. Best thing to do is not change your tips once you're doing them. Or don't tip, you can't win anyway. I think I've only changed a tip once, like mid-round. But yeah, I never do it. So far I got everything right except for Sydney. I tipped Sydney to win. Apart from that, I'm 100%. I'm not 100% because of Sydney, but if you forget Thursday, 100%. And I've got Geelong Essendon and Freo tomorrow. Go Gold Coast. Three, 2, 1. Thunderbirds will go. No, there's a stoppage, but literally the game's almost over. There's a siren. It's over at Marvel. Big win for the D's. Now I can listen to one commentary. That's a relief. change that whole font to 2019. Yeah, there's definitely one or two tips I've changed before. Team of the red and the blue, emblem of the team we love. I was at 2 Melbourne games last year, so I mean they lost one, in fairness. You're lucky they're on YouTube. Marshall. Still a whole 15 minutes 25 on the clock. Streaming tomorrow. No, 2 reasons. First of all, the last game's at 7:40 AM, so there's no way I'm getting up in the first place. Second, I'm going to the F1 tomorrow. I got to get a 7 AM coach. So yeah. So there'll be no tipping video tomorrow either, but I'll do a tipping video probably Monday or Tuesday. I can do a live stream on the bus. You want me to do a live stream on the bus to the F1? That sounds... I mean, first, like, to stream on YouTube and then to watch the game, I would need 2 phones for that, which I don't have. I got my Google phone, but, like, it has a problem with turning off every few seconds. Not every few seconds, but, like, depending on when it is in the day. So I don't know if I can manage that. What, go live on YouTube and then, like, how would I watch the game and read the chat? Go for port. Live stream Dons v Crows. Yeah, it's at 6:20 AM. By that time, I'll be on the way to the coach. I've been trying to look at where it's departing from. It's not telling me. They're telling me Victoria Coach Station. Yeah, I got that. But, like, there's, like, different coach stations there. I mean, it's one big coach station, but, like, there's probably going to be someone there to help me out. But they just, like, Victoria Coach Station. I'm like, yeah, but it's basically like a train terminal for coaches. They're everywhere. There's different operators. How do I know which one I want? Apparently, the coach is not in the colours of the company that I'm booked with. So, like, that's even more confusing. What bus am I looking for? Where is the info, you pricks? I paid £30 for this coach. And there's no info anywhere. There's also a 4 AM coach, but I chose not to do that. Because, like, F1 works like a boxing event. They have, like, the main event, which is F1. But they have other races before that. And one of them's like 7 in the morning. I'm just like, why are you doing that? Why? There are drivers getting up to race. It's F3, but there's drivers getting up to race at like 7 in the morning. What's wrong with you? They have F3, F2, and then they have a Porsche Cup thing, which is just Porsches. They're not F1 cars or any Formula cars. Laptop. I'm not taking my laptop to the F1. First of all, they're not allowed, I'm fairly sure. Actually, I should. Am I allowed? Am I even allowed backpacks? What's allowed? Okay. What's going on? What's allowed? Silverstone. Different tracks have different rules. I didn't want an entire guide. I just mean like, what can I? You can bring a rucksack as long as it's not over 20 liters capacity. What's 20 liters? I don't understand liters. It's a bag. How do I understand how many liters it is? To be fair, I could go on because I know where I got my backpack from, so it'll be on my orders. I forgot my password. For God's sake. It says it's 3.6 calories. But how do you measure how many liters a backpack is? Like a backpack is a liquid, so how do you measure that? Another goal for Port. Past 100. If they are to win it this year, I'll be on board movement, is what a commentator just said on the Port game. Why can't I view product? How many liters is this thing? It's waterproof, thank you, but where's it? It doesn't say how many liters it is. Oh well. Fill it with water. Aren't I afraid of something impossible happening, like being attacked by a shark in Australia? Well, I'm planning on going into the Great Barrier Reef, so we'll see. Like a crash happening and wreckage landing on me. Yeah, that could always happen, but you know, that's just a 1 in a million thing. Normal size backpacks are fine. Yeah, mine's fairly small. It'll be fine. You can take a chair to Silverstone. But I got a seat anyway, I'm good. prohibited items, bags over 20 litres, glass bottles and glass containers, barbecues. Barbecues, what do you mean barbecues? What in general? Restricted and illegal substances. What, drugs? Offensive weapons. What weapon isn't offensive? It's a weapon. Items that are deemed dangerous, offensive, or unsuitable. So, like weapons. Drones. Okay, that makes sense. Step ladders, which may obstruct someone's view. Lasers. Fireworks. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Any items which might be subject to ambush marketing. What's ambush marketing? What's that? Promo? What's going on? Smoke canisters, tents and shelters, four-wheeled carry carts, doesn't include those used to carry children, but must be empty at the gate. So basically no carts except for the ones that have babies in. Powered scooters, or hoverboards, apart from disability scooters, electric cycles, sun parasols, excessive alcohol, although you're permitted to bring a reasonable amount to the... What's a reasonable amount? You're permitted to bring a reasonable amount of alcohol. What do you mean? What's reasonable? That depends on who you're asking. No animals except guide dogs. No bicycles. Right. That's what you're not allowed. Yeah. It's not as bad as the one last year in Italy when I went to Italy last year. They said no power banks. That was the funniest thing. No power banks, but you can buy one inside. What about going in a submarine at the Great Barrier Reef? Why would I do that? That makes no sense. I am going in a boat. Finlayson misses. If I'm over the excess weight, you'd have to pay an extra fee. No, they just won't let me in. Because it's like, the F1 track has like specific rules, but like I'm pretty sure my bag is fine. I mean, look at it. This is not getting rejected. I'm sorry, but it's not. It's not getting rejected. This will be completely fine. It's got a laptop pocket in there, which is pretty cool. There's no way they're not letting me in with this. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'll be good. The coach is fine. The coach will allow you a suitcase. The coach will be like, you can bring a suitcase there. Because like some people will take that coach and be staying the night at a hotel. The reef is underwater. First of all, the boat I'm going in has a glass bottom, so I could see it without leaving the boat. Second, the boat has an optional diving part. So you put on a big suit and you go down. The boat just takes you to where you need to go. You made it up, you don't know the rules. Oh. Yeah, the rules are different depending on the race. Because obviously it's a worldwide thing, so they go to different countries. Some countries get more than one. America is 3 at the moment. Italy is 2. I think that's it actually for multiple. The Australian one used to be in Adelaide, but they moved it to Melbourne. I think Adelaide one was a street circuit. Whereas so is the Melbourne one, to be fair. The Melbourne one, they convert a park to the track, right? Whale might sink my boat. What whales are there? I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's whales there, but they're whales. As long as it's not an orca, I'll be fine. But then again, orcas don't really attack humans outside of captivity. It's probably better to see an orca than a shark, because if there's an orca there, you won't see a shark. Because orcas hunt them. Hello, Luke. How you doing? Coming up for air directly under my boat and flipping it over. Yeah, but whales are a bit more aware. Yeah, it can happen, sure, but like, you don't think a whale's gonna know there's a boat up there? There'd be a lot more incidents like that if whales are a bit more like that. Gold Coast. Hello, Luke. How you doing? So there's a clear pole winner there. Essendon 2000 better than Geelong 07. What have been my thoughts? I mean, the Saints weren't good enough. They never really looked like winning, to be honest, even though it was fairly close for most of it. Gold Coast had a good first half, but Port blew them away third quarter. Gold Coast actually looked better for half the game, but in the end it doesn't matter. Power got 100, yeah, indeed. Gold Coast have got Saints, Giants, Brisbane and Adelaide next 4 games. What did I think of the Hawthorn result? Well, I expected it, so yeah, wasn't really surprised. Have I done the what test? What test is that? They've got their own lifeguard mask. I'll be good. I'll be good. All right. They provide snorkeling equipment. I think I need to buy the swimsuit, to be honest. And there's qualified lifeguard supervision. I'm in good hands. And the boat's got a glass bottom. Okay, I'll be all right. My one time ever in the Australian waters. How long left? 2:46. But you hear it like 20 seconds after I say it, so... The test asks whether work features at least 2 women who talk to each other about something other than a man. Interesting test. If the most recent movies you see in Pass It, Top Gun Maverick doing Pass It. Do it in a Speedo. I'd rather do it in a diving suit. Just because... you're less likely to be confronted by a shark. You just need to take all the measures. But I looked into it. There are sharks in there, but they're not great whites. They can still eat you, but they're like what's that? The nose thing? What? Let me check. White tip reef shark, black tip reef shark. Those are the most common ones apparently. I don't know what a lemon shark is. Tawny nurse shark. Is that the medical shark? Silver tip shark. That looks big. Grey reef shark. Caribbean reef shark. What's it doing in Great Barrier Reef? It's Caribbean. What's lemon shark, bro? What's going on? Tazzled wobblegong. That's a shark. Tazzled wobbegong. Tazzled wobbegong. That's the name of a shark. Right. These are the least... Sharks are harmless, that's why you can just jump the ocean next to them, as people do all the time. What are you talking about? A guy in Egypt did that and he bloody got eaten alive. That was like last week. The predators you prefer to be around are orcas, because they're... Because even though they can kill you easily, they don't really go for humans. A shark will if it's hungry enough. A lot of sharks bite you because they're curious. Is what I've heard. And they normally don't like the taste and go away, but the point is they'll bite you. Yeah, just because one person did it doesn't mean it doesn't work. I went to Perth. I learned about the shark attacks over there. A man getting dragged away while his family's watching from the shore. I've heard the stories. Just look up Quicksilver Tours, Mars. Quicksilver Great Barrier Reef. And you know what boat I'm getting on. Excuse me. Port Adelaide, 13 in a row. Excuse me. Everyone's wearing the same suit, to be fair. I think they provide suits. far as I know. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. There's no sharks in the video I'm watching. Excuse me. There's like a rope as well that helps you. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm not telling my mum or granddad though, because they get really weird about going in the sea. I went in the ocean in England, and my grandparents started crying. They're just like, "You're gonna get eaten. You're gonna get eaten." I'm just like, English waters, bro. There's on an English beach. There's like a yellow line, and you just don't go past there, and you're fine. And it's like there's a huge space between you and the yellow line. You can go as deep as you want. It's really deep. You can go as well, and you can't see what's underneath, but you're safe. But there's no way I'm telling my granddad I'm going underwater in Australia. I'll do it first, then he can see the vlog. One attack in 100 years. We talk one attack in 100 years. There was like 4 in Perth last year. What are you talking about? There's multiple in America every year. To be fair, I'd rather face a shark than a saltwater croc. Well, no, because the vlogs will stop. Jellyfish. Anyway, thanks for watching. Can I scroll up all the way? I can't, because there's been that many chats. But yeah, Mason, Mask, Riley, Ethan, GB, 69, Mr. Cats. Did I say Mason? I don't even know. I said the name so fast. Noah. I don't even know Noah's there. Sorry, no, I didn't see a message. If Suns keep their heads in the game and don't get lazy, they could take the game to the wire. Well, they didn't, unfortunately. That was a while ago, that comment then. Jeez. I can't scroll up to the top, but I can scroll up quite far. Thanks for taking part in the polls as well. That was pretty interesting to create a discussion. I still feel the dogs are not that good. Sorry, Mr. Cat. NPC Tony. I'm sure I missed someone. Sorry if I missed your name. Luke. Reef Sharps to go for English blood. Well, maybe they'll take it easy on me, because I'm like... I have Sri Lankan blood, but I'm born in England, so... so it's a little bit different, you know. Anyway, yeah, see you later, guys. It's been fun. Thanks for taking part in the polls. Thanks for chatting. This has been a really fun stream. I think my best AFL stream is still Eston Port Adelaide, but still, this was really fun. So I'll see you guys later. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Next stream is probably AFL tips. Apart from that, Thursday night's game, hopefully. And yeah, goodbye.